Guten Tag. Did you read that Switzerland is buying Australian dollars?
G'day. Yes. The Swiss central bank has decided to peg its currency to the euro. They want to keep their exports and labor competitive. To do this, they sell their currency by buying other currencies like the Australian dollar.
Does that make the Australian currency too strong and affect your economy?
Yes. The cost of our exports is increased, which reduces demand. Fewer exports means reduced tax revenue. Reduced tax revenue means our treasurer cannot deliver his promised budget surplus.
How is that affecting foreign investment?
It drives up project and operating costs for foreign companies and makes our labor market less competitive.
You mean businesses are closing down and relocating overseas?
Yes. Unless they have large fixed investments and can't move quickly, then they stop hiring, begin sacking people, and blackmail the government.
What? How do they blackmail the government?
They threaten to close down their operations. Unless the government gives them money. The government gives them money because they don't want people to lose jobs.
But they sack people anyway, to reduce costs.
Of course. But that's called productivity improvement, and the government can claim that as an achievement.
So the Swiss are buying the Australian dollar and weakening your economy because the euro is too low. But we all have to compete against the Japanese, Chinese and Americans with our cars and electronics, and they are making their currencies low.
Really?
Yes, they all have zero interest rate policies and are printing money to fund their governments. It is a good thing Australia has a strong economy.
We used to have no debt, but our government spent it all on stimulus programs like free home insulation, school building, cash handouts, set-top boxes and grants for first home buyers. Now we operate a deficit like everyone else.
It is no good when everything you have to sell is too expensive. But at least you Australians are the second largest gold producer in the world. You must have a lot of gold to stay wealthy.
No. We sold 167 tons of our gold reserves in 1997 and have just 80 tons left.
But you must be adding to that.
No. Our gold reserves are held in the Bank of England and have not increased at all. Didn't Germany repatriate its gold reserves recently?
Yes, we Germans have great experience with money printing and know that it always ends very badly.
Why are you doing it now?
Because it is better to be a little bit early than even a single day too late. More and more countries are collecting their gold now before circumstances change too much.
Really? What other countries?
We know that China, Russia, India, South Korea, Thailand, Mexico, Brazil, Paraguay, Colombia, Argentina, Venezuela, Ecuador, Libya, Iran and Azerbaijan have taken steps to increase their gold reserves.
What about China? They are our biggest trading partner and the largest gold producer in the world. What are they doing with their gold reserves?
4 years ago China announced it had increased its gold reserves to 1,025 tons, an increase of 75%. That was the last official statement from them. However, unlike Australia, China doesn't export a single ounce of its gold production. Our conservative estimates say their reserves have increased by at least 4 times since then. It could be even more.
How much gold does Germany have?
Germany only has 3.3 thousand tons. Luckily we received 1,000 tons from the Bank of England in 2001. Last year we asked the US to provide access so we could review our gold in New York.
Was it all there?
We don't know, because they would not let us in. So now we have asked to take it back.
Are they giving it to you?
Yes, but very slowly. Unfortunately, they can only deliver 50 tons a year.
So China is stockpiling gold, Germany is moving its gold back home, other countries are collecting more gold. And the USA only gives back gold slowly.
Yes.
Because other countries are printing money from thin air, and trying to fix their economy by creating problems for everyone else.
Yes. Because they have the power to change the value of their currencies, so they do.
But isn't it better if your money is worth more, not less?
Sure. For people trying to save for a house, pay for education, feed their family, but it does not stimulate economic activity.
This doesn't make any sense. You're saying that all these national currencies can't be trusted anymore and the politicians are just looking for quick fixes that don't last.
Yes. The US is printing $80 billion a month. The ECB has committed to print as much as necessary, and the Bank of Japan will print double the US amount starting next January.
But what has gold got to do with it?
Gold is a store of value, and with silver, has existed as money for thousands of years. When paper currencies fail, gold and silver, retain their value.
What? Do you mean when paper currencies fail?
Reckless governments have printing paper currencies many times throughout history, but they have always turned into an inflationary disaster. Historically, all paper currencies last on average only 27 years.
Why is that?
Because governments that are able to create money from thin air cannot help themselves. When they are forced to fund themselves by printing more and more money, they simply dilute the value of the currency already in circulation until there is no value left.
You mean when they print more currency it reduces the value of my savings? Isn't that just like stealing money from my bank account?
In a manner of speaking, but it is more gradual. Initially, it takes years before you realize the loss of value in your savings, but as the process speeds up with more and more money printing, the losses mount faster and faster, until there is no value in the currency. Then people just stop using it.
And how long has the world been using paper currencies?
Over 40 years. Gold was $35 per ounce at the time.
So gold and silver have been increasing in price since the year 2000?
Yes, increasing against all the currencies actually.
Then while ever the politicians and central bankers keep printing more money, the value of gold and silver will increase?
No. The price will increase, but the value in terms of other goods gold can buy will stay pretty constant.
How safe is the Australian gold at the Bank of England?
Nobody knows. It might even be lent out.
Loaned out. What do you mean?
Gold holdings are often lent to traders who sell to others, with the intention to buy back when the price drops. The people who buy it may even lend it out in the same way. This can happen because the gold doesn't actually leave the vault.
But Australia still owns it, don't we?
Well, if any party in the chain defaults and cannot buy back the gold, there could be many claims for the same gold. It is estimated that a single bar of gold can have up to 100 claims against it.
So when all these countries take their gold back, there is even less gold left to cover the claims?
Yes.
Is that why the US has to deliver Germany's gold so slowly?
We do not know for sure. But we do know that in terms of total external debts, the USA has the largest debt in the world, Europe has the second largest debt in the world, and the UK has the largest debt in the world measured against GEA.D.P.
Do you mean that Australia's gold might be loaned into the gold market and it is controlled by the most debt-saturated country in the world?
Yes.
Shouldn't Australia get its back before it's too late? That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
I mean, if we get it back before there is another crisis, we may even have time to accumulate more. But if we wait until a crisis occurs, then we may never get it back.
Yes, like Germany, being a little bit early is much better than being a single day too late.